Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Circle World podcast, where we discuss Joe Abercrombie's first law series. I'm one of your hosts, the Adeptus Historical Harrison, and here's my other co-host,
Archlector George.
And we are again without Jeffrey because he's had a very busy week at work, and we're very proud of him. But you're gonna be stuck with me again as trying to host and attempting to fill in his very large shoes. So if you didn't like last week's episode, fuck you. Today we have on our special guest, XLIRIV48, otherwise known as Trey.
That is me. Yes, correct.
And we're working him back on the podcast, which is great. We realized we were discussing right before the podcast, it's been over 2 years, 2.5 years, really, which is insane because it does not feel like that much time has passed. But we were very happy to have him back on.
A true legacy member.
Trey has written his own book, and he is wanting to talk about, or at least this is the premise he's given us, talk about Malachus Quai. Trey, you have anything to say to kind of premise before we get to best meme of the week?
Premise about the topic of conversation? Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So when you first approached me about doing another guest spot, I was about to have my wisdom teeth pulled, and I resolved to, while I was in the chair, think and not like look at my phone or anything, just sit there while the numbing agent comes in and stare at the ceiling until I think of what this topic of conversation should be. And I just ran it all over, and I thought, we need to talk about Quai. And I didn't even know what the hell I was going to do with that until yesterday. I sat down and banged this whole thing out. It's not much, but I think it's enough for us to really chew on. George and I, we did a video talking about Baez being the true weaver, and that set this really good precedent of writing out what I want to get through. That really helped this, and this just came through like nothing. And I think there's something we can work with here.
Okay, yeah, I mean, definitely. When it comes to you, Trey, we can definitely make a large video, a significant amount of podcast time with a very small topic. So I'm not worried about it at all.
Yeah, if there's one thing I can do, I can ramble. Say one thing for XLIRIV48. Say he's a rambler.
Before we get into that, George, you want to go ahead and talk about the best meme of the week? We didn't do one last week because it just wasn't much. But of course, we will also have Sharp Ends coming up very, very soon. So if this podcast episode does come out, we should still be doing Sharp Ends. Make sure to sign up for that and be a part of it. Lots of good opportunities for Sharp Ends. So go ahead, George.
So this is from Fairy Tones on Reddit, and it's the I'm gonna head out SpongeBob meme, and it's the world's on the brink of World War One, and Glockter is just gonna I'm gonna head
out. He really does like just peace out. Like Sabine at the end of the book is like, bro, what, Dad? What the fuck? You completely left. And he's like, we were out on a nice estate, me and your mom. It was so nice, wasn't we? Drank tea every morning, completely separate from all the ongoings of the world.
I was taking a holiday. You know what?
Yeah. To be fair to Glockta, I mean, he did put in the hours. Let's be real.
Yeah.
This motherfucker saved up every last one of his vacation days.
Yes.
I mean,
how many vacation days do you have? Enough to avoid the Great Change?
Yeah, tons of it. Like at least. How long did the Great Change last? Was it one season, or was it 2 seasons?
No, it was at least 3 months. Because it went through the winter
it went
time,
all
right?
the way through the winter, and then through the thaw, which was the point when.
Yeah, no, because the battle at Stauffenberg happens the last day.
That's right. Yeah, and then the Great Change spiraled out. So it probably started.
I would say it's closer to 6 months, to be honest.
Yeah, it probably started around like midway through autumn or something like that. Then winter really came into its clutches when the Great Change came into the same thing. Yeah, that's about right. But that's beside the point.
Anyways.
All right. Yeah, thank you very much for that, Fairy Tones.
So,
well, thank you so much, Tamil Boy, for that meme. It was great to see you again.
It's not Tamil,
No!
is it? Yeah.
You said it was Tamil earlier.
No, dude, that was the
Alright,
blue
alright,
thing with the compass.
That was the
Yeah.
compass
Yes,
one,
yes. Jeffrey cut this out. All right. Trey, go ahead and lead us into the darkness.
So I did not reread the book to research this. I did, however, reread the graphic novel to research this
Oh.
because it had all I needed. There was literally one. Yeah, one.
Do you own the graphic novel?
I don't know. I do own a computer.
I was curious.
I wish I did. And like honestly, I do wish it was like they continued on it more, but I can also tell how much they had to cut out of it. Because
no kidding.
It like even just the small scenes, there's so much left out because it's a full book shoved into a few. That's beside the point. Anyway, the reason I went with the graphic novel was because I wanted to hear what Quai said to Logan when he was in that stupor while he was being carried across the lake. And it was the first law. It's forbidden to touch the other side. To speak with devils, the creatures of the world below are made of lies. You mustn't do it. Now, why the fuck did Quai give that warning to Logan, of all people? He didn't know he was...
Because he was in a sickly stupor.
Of course, yeah.
Maybe.
But he is a seer. We don't understand what that means. We have to make assumptions about it because it's never expanded upon. What is a seer? Mm-hmm. What are the forces that govern a seer? They have to be real, otherwise Baez wouldn't fucking bother with it.
It's true. Potentially, maybe just magic potential. That's why he can maybe become a mage.
Absolutely.
But really, a seer like means that you
exactly.
Can see
it comes from like prophetic or spiritualistic kind of insights that you are able to glean from it. And I think I have something that's probably batshit crazy, but I think we can chew on it for a bit. But of course, what could this be? Putting aside the assumption that he was just out of his mind and just saying things, and rolling with the assumption that it has meaning, because that is where the interesting thing lies. What could it mean? Does it have something to do with Pharaoh? Could it have something to do with the divider?
Maybe he's telling Logan that he shouldn't
exactly
get the seed.
Have to do with the seed. And it brought me to thinking about when, oh God, coffee burps. Remember when they were going through the house of the maker and Logan was just like drawn to touching that divider and he like wanted to reach out and grab it, and Baez just like frantically slapped his hand away. It was like, don't touch it, no.
Yeah,
it was
like an old granny,
like super old granny with those like needle bone hands. Yeah. What would have happened if he touched the divider there? Does that constitute touching the other side? Because it has one edge on this, one on the other.
I would say it depends which edge.
That is true, yeah. Shit, man. I guess it really depends on whether Logan was wearing his gloves that day.
Yeah, does gloves stop you from touching the other side? Has Baez technically never touched the other side if he wears gloves?
That's the loophole to solve them all. It's against the law to touch the other side. Well, guess what? I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny.
I swear. But yeah, assuming that the warning was being given intentionally to Logan, whether by the forces that control Quai's seeing abilities or, I don't know, some remnant spark or something within him. Assuming that's the case, what could the warning be in relation to. Because as far as I know, Logan doesn't really come all that close to touching the other side. He's a
Well,
no. He does definitely touch someone's other side, but
well, no, Slurf. So I actually have So the theory, what Baez says later on, is that there are the three different quote unquote schools of magic.
Oh, yeah.
That are like from his order and everything. So there's the Magi, which uses the other side. It uses understanding of our world to temper the other side, so they can do the thing they can do. Then you obviously have, making, which you use the other side to influence your creation. And then
speaking with spirits,
which is technically it must be some form of it, because all magic comes from the other side. All of it does. So if speaking to spirits is any form of magic, he is touching the other side in some way. But it's obviously not the same. The spirits are not the same as demons, or at least that's the perception that's been given.
Let's spend a minute or so on this. What do you guys think the spirits are?
Oh dear
Are they
God.
like manifestations?
I mean, they're always some sort of nature, sort of because we've got the first ones that he speaks to. They like talk in like the rustling of the leaves.
Yeah,
and the wind
they speak like nature
trees
does.
and stuff like that. So it's like yeah, and then the one on Jabulian is rocky.
So they're kind of like manifestations
growl.
of the nature around them because of the ambient magic that's leaking away from the world.
Yeah, I would say so. The difference between them and the demons is the demons are from the other side, and these beings are maybe from our world, or maybe these were possible. I've talked about this when we very first talked about all this in the first couple episodes. Is that maybe these spirits are quote unquote good demons, but they're not evil because they came across, they were just
they naturalized
and
onto
now
Earth.
they're leaking away. Yeah, exactly. They acclimatized.
They blended in with the boiling pot, and now they're socially accepted.
Yes, exactly. So I will say though, whenever they talked about communing with them, inherently you'd have to use the same magic that you would communing with the other side. It's just you're not having to go to the other side to speak to them, but you have to have some kind of innate ability in order to commune with them, which that must mean that you in some way use the other side in a very minor way as a channel or whatever to be able to communicate with these beings that are magical.
That makes sense. So it's kind of like you have to have a touch of the other side within yourself to even be able to communicate with the spirits outright.
Don't know for sure, but it definitely seems more than likely that has to be it, because Baez says himself that all magic comes from the other side, which seems to be one of the few magic rule laws in the entire universe. So
this is completely off topic, and I don't want to get too far into it because I don't want to spoil anything. You have sharp ends. But do you think that same magic applies to Jabber's sword since it came from space? Because
so that's interesting.
Do you know?
Jabber's sword and Weirin's sword are very similar, right? They both say they came from space, but in multiple things in fiction and in real life, we say, that thing came from space because it's special.
No. I do want to clarify that Weirin's sword is definitely a work of the Master Maker.
I think so. I think so too. But I'm saying the myth is the same.
Was supposedly forged from a fallen star and kind of shines like the sun. So it kind of
I mean, that's the thing. There is like precedent for that in the real world, because there is meeting.
I mean, come on! I've seen Avatar: The Last Airbender. I know you can make a sword out of meteor.
Is it unobtainium? Oh, sorry. No, that
is the wrong Avatar.
In fact, I remember seeing a little while ago that Terry Pratchett had a
meteorite
sword.
The real Terry Pratchett?
Yeah. Yeah. Like he bought a meteorite and had it forged into a sword just for the hell of it, and then because they're illegal in the UK, he got rid of it.
That's so
British. That's so unbearably British.
Anyways, I was gonna say that like Javra's whole magic sisterhood thing is probably stuff from the other side, but because it's all magic does come from there. But like the sorcerers that the people past the Karina have that Logan has even fought before, and we saw inside of Sharp Ends, there are these weird instances that seem like outliers, but they're probably still using the other side, just not in the same way that Baez understands, not in the same tempered way. Maybe it's more dangerous. Obviously, the Javra's people, they use magic, but in a completely different way than the rest of the Circle of the World. We just lack the information to know more.
So, how it's sounding to me is, from your explanation and all of that, is that all of these different ways of channeling magic are different. They're different methods. They're different specifics, but they all come from the same side. And the reason they look different is because of the different ways they're channeled, which could very much explain why the magic of the Isle of Thond looks so different to what we've seen from like the Magi or anything. Because
yes,
not only are they being channeled in a fundamentally different way, but they're being channeled by fundamentally different people from a culture and standpoint that understands things in different ways. And probably, I have a feeling that understanding and intention shapes the magic in a little bit of way.
Just like
exactly, yeah. Because I mean, don't you know that friendship is magic in this world?
That's not the direction I was going, but hell yeah.
Because that's the real magic, don't you know, guys? But yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. I guess part of me always kind of thought of like Thondish magic as being separate in a way. But you're right, because all of the magic has to come from the other side. There's not some third side to come from.
The third side.
Unless
it is forbidden to touch the third side.
Unless they're actually getting their magic from the sun. Oh my god, is Ayuz the sun?
he transcended into the sun. He's just like all the old
You saw how
mythology.
Yeah, there was no sunlight before Ayuz left.
Just dark as shit. Like, dude, no one could eat anything. There's just no food.
I mean, Baez does say that Ayuz was like bright to look upon, you know, like you'd be blinded by the sight of him. So that makes sense.
Yeah, dude. But
if you look closely into the sun, you can actually see his face.
If you look really close,
like,
if you stare at the sun for long enough, you will see God.
Yes. You will see exactly.
You won't see anything else afterwards.
All right.
You don't need to see anything else. What you see? All right.
All right. Back to the topic at hand. So, taking all that magic shit that we just rambled on about into consideration, assuming that there is something behind seeing, and assuming that it is a prophetic or spiritualistic kind of thing, is it possible that Quai knew that Logan was going to interact with Pharaoh further down the line? And was it possible in that stupor that he also knew that Quai was not going to live long enough to give that warning to Pharaoh, and so gave that warning to Logan before he got fed to Ptolemy like a big old dog treat? Because, I mean...
You know, it's interesting you say that he maybe knows that he's going to die, because maybe he does, but doesn't know what else to do. Maybe that's why he tells Logan to leave him, because he thinks it's pointless to even save him. That's a good point.
Because, I mean, literally, we have no idea what he actually sees. He says he's a seer, but he doesn't say he sees anything. He doesn't give any prophecies, except for that one when he's halfway dead. So,
yeah.
I feel like I feel like it's fun enough to put some weight onto it.
Do you think that he... Go ahead, George.
I was thinking that it would make sense because after he recovers, and he gets better, and they go to Angela. He always like Malachus Quai always seems like a bit, like he's kind of like accepted his fate. So it would make sense that like he already knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But then he does meet Pharaoh.
He does.
So I don't know if he like retained that knowledge, then maybe he would.
Well, I was thinking it was more.
Actually, no, he doesn't. Wait, does he meet Pharaoh?
Does Pharaoh turn up before that incident? No, I don't think he does actually. So the incident with Ptolemy happens, and then Pharaoh turns up.
Yeah.
Like 4 or 5 chapters later. So.
Yes. So maybe. Yeah. I mean, in what way do you think? Why do you think that message to Pharaoh would be more important? Because on their journey, obviously, Baez talks about the rules of the first law and all that, and he talks about all the history and blah blah blah. So why do you think that particular knowledge is something that he feels like he'd have to pass?
Well, the first thing I want to clear up is I don't think that Quai outright knew he was going to die. I think that in that stupor, the knowledge came to him, and he lost it the same way he lost the warning that he gave to Logan, anyways. That's what I was getting at.
Okay.
He might have known that he was going to die, because I mean, look at him; he's definitely going to die. I don't think he needed any prophetic insight to know he wasn't going to make it through the book. But anyway, the question was what that would mean for Pharaoh, and why that would be important to her. Yes. Baez was talking about it and everything. Well, there's a fundamental difference between Baez explaining something and someone warning someone about it. Because Baez, he can probably tell you about the worst thing possible and make it sound like a really good idea. He's a master manipulator. He wants Pharaoh to handle the seed for him in the first place. And this warning is saying it's forbidden to touch the other side. Do not speak with devils. Don't believe the creatures of the world below. And then, wouldn't you know it, Baez opens the gate and just pumps all the tellers of secrets into her head. And she starts listening because she never got this warning. Of course, it's not that simple. It's not, I didn't warn her, so she turned into a mega devil or whatever. Nothing's ever that simple. But
and it's not
of course not. It's anyway. Pharaoh. She wouldn't listen to anything. She wouldn't listen to herself if she gave herself that warning. Are you kidding me? She would talk herself out of it. But even still, it's the thought that counts.
I mean, I think that there's something else to be said here. Is that I've never thought about how he's a seer, right? And you're right. That's the only time that's mentioned. And but talking about this other magic stuff has made me think about how there's these little latent abilities in these people, the long eye, whatever's going on in Thond, the seer stuff. Who knows who can become an eater? It seems like certain people have innate magical potential. And then you can take a certain path. You can do something with that. So you talking about that, even if Quai isn't directly talking about Pharaoh, that scene, especially that Pacey does it, is very well done, because it almost does feel like a warning and a haunting for the rest of the book, which I think is what George, which is what Joe.
Whoa, hold on. George wrote this book? Are you kidding me?
That's right.
That explains so much about the slapping proofs.
So I do think that besides the literary sense of the first law, which is, I think is what
it's like a warning to the reader.
I think there may be in this. It's a warning to the reader for sure, but I also think too, like you said, he's a seer. He's saying it because he's actually seeing these different outcomes that are going to happen in the book. And what does it almost pretty much come down to? Why is the first law even called it? It's because Baez is fucking around. He sees a lot more than we realize, and he is just so haunted by it. And yeah, he forgets it or doesn't know what to do with it, or just puts it away. Like no, that wouldn't happen. Maybe that's
holy shit. I hadn't.
And then as he's being eaten by Ptolemy, he's like, "Oh fuck!
Oh, this is what it meant."
Yeah. Yes, exactly. But I maybe that's why that scene hits so hard whenever you're listening to it, reading it, because not only is it a warning to the readers, but it's a foretelling of the actual story to Logan, to the world.
I hadn't thought about that. He's a seer. What is he seeing in that moment?
the tornado.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't think about that. He was seeing the fucking mega tornado. That was, bruh. I didn't think about that.
I mean, if he's looking at everything if he's seeing things from the other side, because that's what magic is, and that's where his, searing comes from, then he wouldn't inherently see things that would happen from the other side. So it makes sense that he'd see these magical events happen.
But I think you're definitely right about the spark of potential and everything earlier, because I mean they talk about how eaters and everything, they have to have potential to be able to turn into one. And definitely, like that's spot on. And yeah, I just wish we had I wish we had more prophets or like prophetic kind of things in the first law. That'd be neat. But of course, the whole
I feel like they fit
it
well.
definitely does. But of course, the whole thing is low magic leaping from the world, and I mean, we had the fucking long eye. You don't get more prophetic than that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, is that related? Because obviously Baez brings up about Cornelius. So surely that would be the time to go. Oh, also Malachus Quai can do that. So that,
I don't think Malachus Quai has a long eye. No, I don't think.
Oh man, isn't that funny? It's like, so this is my seer. This is my pet seer. He can see things, and then fucking Bethod comes in with his pet seer who can see everything. Oh man, I think that might have been one of the few times that Baez has actually been one-upped, and he was so pissed about it that he actually choked out XLIRIV. It's like took the air from her lungs. All right, so oh man, I hate to say it, but that was actually about the end of my prepared statements. Shit, I thought I had more meat, but I do have something else. Have you guys heard about the potential old Empire POV that Joe ended up scrapping?
No, I haven't heard about this.
So I don't know if it was substantial, if there's any substantiality to it or not, but I have heard or have read or something like that that there was initially supposed to be an old Empire POV for the first trilogy of the first law, and
that'd be cool.
That makes sense. And each region is represented.
Yes.
And the logical progression for that, considering it would have a character that goes along with the main cast, would be Quai, since he's old Empire. I think that Joe was thinking about doing it that way and scrapped the entire POV when he decided to feed him to Ptolemy.
Right, that would be interesting.
I think he thought of Ptolemy. Yeah,
we could slowly see like the reveal of Baez as being a bastard, like through the eyes of Malachus Quai instead of.
The reveal he's a bastard, really.
Yeah, exactly. I was full.
He had me going the whole time. Thought he was just a butcher.
He is.
He's not a kindly old wizard.
I swear. But if
that's interesting. I could see that. I could see that being a thing. I do wonder too how much Joe would actually have to change in the rest of the story for it to actually work. I don't think he'd have to change that much, relatively speaking. Just have Quai be less like, oh
yeah. I would think like
it would be funny if he kept it there and you had like a few chapters and then it just suddenly ended. Like you just stopped getting his POV because he's
just a couple chapters of Quai's POV that just ends abruptly mid-sentence. Then
Quai's been a little off lately. Well, the last thing Quai sees in his POV is a dark figure in his room.
I think I'll go for a walk. Are those dogs I hear?
Yeah.
Dogs. Then just smash cut to the fucking eaten corpse in the university.
Yes.
Is it male or female?
Oh, I wonder what happened to Quai.
Well, is it male or female? Well, we don't have the parts to tell. But yeah, that what the other thought I had on that was it could have been Phineas that was intended to be the POV, but
like join them. Or
yeah,
something?
like either he joined them or like act as kind of a parallel to see what's going on in the old empire as things are evolving in both the Union and the North with Dogman and Giselle Dan Putzer.
Luther, you're my man.
Luther, you're my man. You're my man, Luther. I'm doubling my bet on you.
The POV for the old empire, like you said, it could be Phineas, right? Like he does stick out a little bit more than a lot of characters.
He seems more developed.
Something
I've
always thought. Yeah, that's something I always wish that Joe would do. And I know we all have a dream of what Joe would write next in the first law.
Yeah.
But honestly, what I would want, and that's something I think he would be maybe willing to do in comparison to writing a whole other book or rewriting a book, is just to give us a small like book of Little People chapters from the original trilogy that he cut out, ideas and stuff. How cool would that be? We get these little POVs from Phineas. We get these POVs from other people in the Union. We get these POVs from other people in the North. From like there's so much potential for Little People chapters that would give us so much perspective. It'd be so awesome.
So essentially, a full book of variations on the wrong place, wrong time chapter from Sharp Ends.
Like a small book, but not the inconsequential, more like Sharp Ends ones where we're like, oh, a Salem Ruse POV, a Bethon POV.
Yeah.
This
For real,
crazy.
you like genuinely, you could get one out of each book.
Yes, really, really, really good one.
Even fucking the Heroes, which is chock full of Little People's chapters, and Red Country, you could probably get really good ones there.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There really is a lot. Like, there's so much there. Okay, you mentioned this. What is your guys, George? What is your dream next Joe project? Like what is your ideal for that? Like, what would that look like?
I want him to follow in the footsteps of many fantasy authors before him and do a pirate themed one. I want the high seas and swashbuckling and shit. I want to see that.
Did you not read The Shattered Seas? I know. I didn't read. I didn't read it. I definitely didn't read it.
You're like, how? You're like, that's. Why don't you read that? I mean,
I haven't read it. I don't know anything about it. What are you talking about? Why are you asking me?
Well, it's either that or I've mentioned it before, but I'd love to see one based in like Urkel, where Pharaoh's like the monster that's like killing everyone, and it's like a horror themed one.
Swear to God, I thought you said you wanted one based in Urkel. It's fucking Steve Urkel based First Law adventure, and it's just Logan in his suspenders and big thick glasses yelling, "Did I do that?" as he cuts people in half over and over again. Did I do that?
We
did I?
We actually do have that character. His name is Gunnar.
Oh
Braun.
yeah, he did do that.
Oh man, I love him so much. He can pop heads like grapes. Just break your skull like a grape.
Well, Trey, is there anything else for this topic that you have to discuss? I don't want to. We can obviously keep talking about some random stuff for another 10 or so minutes, but I also don't want
to just be aimless.
To lose our vision.
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, that was all of it. Shit.
Hey, that's okay, man. I appreciate you.
I'm gonna be honest. I was banking off 3 people worth of banter. Yeah,
that's true. Although I don't think Jeffrey would have liked this one very much. He would have been like, "What? That doesn't make any sense."
Yeah. So we could make fun of Jeffrey. He would be the contention, and then I could keep telling him how I killed him off in my book. I could just keep saying, "Well, you see this right here. This is why you don't live in my book." This is the shit that gets you exploded. This is. It's great being back in the saddle with you guys.
Yeah, man.
It's
Oh,
good to
yeah.
have you back, man.
But yeah, it's yeah. Tell you what, I haven't read any of the First Law in probably a year or so. Do you guys want to quiz me?
Fair. Yeah, why not? That'll be a fun
Oh.
little quiz thing to do. Why
Sure
not? Why
thing.
not? How many people does Kernan Craw have in his crew at the start of the hero?
Herndon Craw. Okay, so first we've got what's his face? We got of course. Are we counting Craw himself? Okay.
Yes, he does include
Okay, we got
himself.
Craw. We got Brack. We got Wonderful. We got Scurry Tiptoe. We got those shithead twins. We got Reft. We got what's his face with the beard. Jolly Oncumber. Flood is not with them. I think it's 9. Yeah.
Yep. It is 9. Congratulations, Slurv. You
Yeah,
won.
I win. Yeah. Yeah. Victory.
George, your turn.
Yes.
My favorite question to ask for the quizzes is always the name of Costco's 3 captains in Best Served Cold.
Costco's
Yeah.
what? Oh,
The
the
3
3 captains.
in in
Oh,
Best Served Cold.
motherfucker. Damn, I know the ones in Red Country.
Go on, give
You
us the
got
ones in Red
Dimbick,
Country, man.
Braccio, and Joubert. I know all 3 of them. I know them by heart.
Yeah.
They are more memorable than the ones
Yeah.
in Best Served Cold.
Because
to
in
be
Best
fair.
Served Cold, they're all supposed to die. All right.
They're much more
I
stable.
mean,
All right. We got Bill. Franklin.
Bill Frank.
Garrett.
It's okay. It's okay, Trey.
Garrett. Yeah, Bill Franklin and Garrett. Final answer.
To be honest with you, I can't even remember.
I can see you both frantically Googling.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, I was not trying to
Asking
figure
me
it
a
out. I can't remember.
Asking me a
Holy
question
shit.
you don't know the answer to. How are you going to know if I'm right or not?
I know.
Because we knew you wouldn't know.
Fucking prove me wrong, motherfuckers. Show me your math.
What? Oh God, I sorry. How many magi, and if bonus, if you know their names, does the Master Maker kill in their battle in the House of the Maker?
He killed 2 of them.
He did.
Sell
Do you know which 2?
me and Broken Tooth.
Nice.
Really, I got it right.
Well done.
Hell
Yes, you
yeah.
did. Those 2 people are only used in that same
Yeah.
context. So they're only used when they talk about how they died at the hands of the Master
Shit.
Maker. So in this tower or whatever, they talk about them later. So
Man,
done.
I did not expect to get that right. I thought
George?
Broken Tooth was one of the ones that was hiding around the world. George, you okay?
I don't know. I can't think of any.
That's
I
fine.
can't think of any
The
questions.
Master Maker also does beat Zacharus and Colneal as well, but he doesn't end up killing them. So it's interesting because like that implies that a lot of the other Magi are like running around the House of the Maker confused as fuck, and the only reason that Bai is able to get to because you always stuck on the bridge, right? Like he's
Oh
like,
yeah, because
or not on the bridge,
he,
like he's like
he
knocked
got
out
injured
too.
before he entered the house.
Right, so it makes you wonder if they're booby traps with a Shankov running around out there too. I mean, I would love. It would be so cool to have like the perspective of like the Magi whenever they're fighting that battle there, and how long they were there, and I'm just still curious how many curses they got fucked up with, and who
I've
knows.
I've always maintained that I don't want a Baez POV because this is one of the cases where I definitely don't want to see behind the curtain and know how the sausage gets made. But I would
That's fair.
absolutely put that aside if we go back far enough to see that shit. Like that is
Yes, I would. Young Baez, like how
yeah.
cool would it be? Like you got this scene where Baez is in the tower. He's got this, he's got his emotional but rational way of thinking. Where as he's running to the tower, like I have to kill him. I have to stop him. He gets up to the top of the tower.
He said
Ptolemy's like
yeah, he
up there,
manipulates her,
and she's like,
seduces her, throws her off the bridge, throws her off the balcony.
I think it's a lot more Shakespearean climactic than Baez wants to
Oh, for
admit. I think
sure.
it's a lot more emotional for him personally. I think he gets up there and he's like, I think he's really torn up about it. I think, he really regrets killing Ptolemy, but he feels like he had to do it because Ptolemy would have told everybody the truth. He gets up there, maybe it's just so interesting to think about his perspective, and also there's the whole PTSD perspective as well. That all these Magi went through some serious war crimes
Major
during the
war
big
crimes.
old war, and how many and how much did they have to deal with and everything.
Oh,
So it's very interesting.
absolutely. Like that really would be a very cool thing because not only would you have the emotional aspect of it, but you would have the manipulation that's going through it as well. We would go into it
Yes.
knowing what he's going to do and see the genuine emotion and affection he feels for her, which I'm sure was real on some level. It has to be.
No, it
Yeah.
definitely was. It definitely was.
I mean, even if he was locked in a house with literally no one except this one half god sexy lady or whatever.
Half demon? What the hell?
Half god, half demon. I mean, she's half.
Also, well, there's another element of Ptolemy too that I think people forget about, and that's that Ptolemy was she was locked in that tower her entire life. The only other person she knew male wise, other than maybe like the helpers.
Oh yeah, she had an assistant.
And yes, he did have an assistant as well. Other than like them, maybe not even them. The only person she ever spent time with that was outside of her like family essentially was Baez. And obviously they quote unquote fell in love, but Baez also like obviously had other intentions. I think Baez accidentally fell in love with her. He was going to use her and then he fell in love with her. But also like there's this weird idea, the fact that Baez has been around by that point for several hundred years.
At least, yeah.
Minimum. And she's like equivalent to like a teenage girl because like she's not had any perspective on the rest of life. So it kind of makes Baez look even worse, I think.
Yeah, I didn't think about it that way before. Yeah,
Baez groomer allegations.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm throwing groomer allegations on it. Yeah, I think that he was going to use her. He even says it. He was going to use her, to figure out the master's secrets. He fell in love with her, and of course she fell in love with him. What other choice does she have?
I'm imagining like the fight between Ptolemy and Baez in the House of the Maker, and it's just got like a YouTube thumbnail, like the text on it. Ptolemy crash out. Was this justified? but
oh, poor Ptolemy.
I'm just starting to think of something. Time is fucking weird in the House of the Maker, right? You can go in and come out like you can be in for hours, come out a few minutes later. Supposedly you can go in and come out before you went in. How do you think that affected the development, and do you think it affected the nature of Ptolemy as well?
Well, that's a weird question. There's a lot of speculation because she is very magical in comparison to most.
This is pure speculation. Like this is just something that popped in my head. I want to see your thoughts.
Yeah. So, George, what do you think?
Yeah, we don't really get a timescale at all as to when Canadius I don't know if he created her or if he did
Yeah,
it the
did he
traditional
make-
method.
Did he make her or did he make her?
That's his name.
Either way, he made her. All right, let's be real. All right, either way, he made her.
Okay. He did. He
Yeah,
has a daughter. I think is the most most accurate way we can put it.
But we don't really know. We know that time progresses faster inside the House of the Maker than outside. So, like, couldn't Ptolemy theoretically then be like the same experiential age as Baez or even older?
Maybe in time, but not in experience, not anywhere close. She was
Yeah.
literally locked in the
why-
tower.
The
Definitely. This is
not
like how
necessarily
the flow
time.
of time like affects the mind state and everything. Like whether or not it.
Yeah, well, there's the whole aspect too of that. Baez says Canadius had a daughter so she could handle objects of power without him being affected. So from the start, she was being used by Canadius. Now, granted, it doesn't mean that Canadius didn't also love her, but poor Ptolemy, she was born and used, and then Baez used her, and then
She was born to be a research
No
assistant.
wonder she's fucking pissed
Yeah,
off. Yes, she was born to be a research assistant. Yes.
What is my purpose? You hold the seed.
Oh my god.
Oh my A's. Use the right terminology.
Oh my A's. Wait, no. Oh my fuck.
Oh, that's funny. What was your original question, Trey, about
like whether or not the crazy ass time flow has any effect on. I'm wondering if that had any expansion on the nature, whether the influence of the House of the Maker might have had some influence on her coming back from the other side, because her whole thing, Ptolemy, is kind of a unique situation because she's not an eater. She's not. I don't know what the fuck she is.
So we've talked about it before with in Last Argument of Kings with Pharaoh. I talked about how Pharaoh, like people who have these have demon blood, they don't actually have that much of a difference. They do have some obvious differences, but it's not until they actually touch the other side that they seem to have awakened abilities almost. That's what happens to Pharaoh. And it seems to happen. The same thing happens to Ptolemy. Ptolemy doesn't have like any special crazy abilities. It doesn't appear to be until she dies. She even admits it. I died and came back, and I was like way more powerful than ever. Right. So, and it's because she had spent time with all the demonic objects and stuff, and she had her basic like a spiritual awakening, and she heard all the demons from this speaking to her. To answer the question of this Ptolemy affected by the time, I'm not sure she is affected by the time as much, because the Maker made the House of the Maker to fit his lifestyle and ongoings and all that. He doesn't seem to be affected by it negatively like everybody else is. At least that's the perception, because he's of the other side. He's a quarter demon or whatever. So he has made this place unsettling for other people, but I don't think it was unsettling for him because, well, he is demon.
What, bias?
No, the Maker.
Oh yeah. So while you were saying that, I fully agree with what you were saying. I think you were on point, but it kind of connected a few wires in my head about the whole Gurkish eater situation. That would explain why that is, because there's the potential of eaterism in there in the first place. To become an eater is to kind of infuse yourself with power from the other side, kind of turn yourself into a conduit for that power. By Pharaoh having, enough demon blood for it to manifest in physical traits, she is already a conduit who only needs power to flow through her. That's why the seed powers her up the way it does, gives her access to those things and everything. And when she finally takes control and starts all of that, that's when it goes through. And that harkens back to the South and the spread of the eaters and everything. Remember, what's her face, the servant girl that tried to kill Glocta in Dagaska? The one that was the eater, Shekel.
Oh yeah,
yeah, Shekel.
Yeah.
She had to eat her parents. Now, like those were the first people that she ate. And it would make sense, therefore, that they're seeking out people with like a drop of demon blood in them, not enough to have any considerable benefits or anything like that, not able to handle the seed, not able to handle the other side, not able to not feel pain or see in colors or heal fast or not see colors or see or heal fast or anything, but just enough to be able to take that drop inside you, take a few more drops from other people, say within your same bloodline, coalesce it into something that can be used as a channel to the other side and become an eater.
You know, that's actually, it makes sense. I like that it's too, it doesn't have to be, like, it does come from the demon stuff. Not that other people can't use magic, but specifically eaters have to have some sort of connection to that. That's very possible, too. And in like Ptolemy, obviously, she's a quarter demon, so no wonder she's so ridiculously overpowered.
She's already a fucking conduit to begin with.
An eighth demon.
No,
eighth demon.
No, she is. Oh, right, because Ayu's was half himself. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
That's right. You're correct. Eighth demon.
So, yeah, but I think that, I mean, we covered quite a bit of stuff there.
Sure.
I think that, this did turn into like a magical discussion episode, which I think is fine. I think
it's great.
We haven't had one of those in a while. We won't have one because we're about to go into Age of Madness, so we'll only have the episodes of the Long Eye where we get to speculate about magic again.
Well, now
everything else will be very
now
grounded.
hold on. There is still that wizard that showed up for Stour Strikefall. That wizard, that one wizard who he had a dove in his sleeve or something.
But the
amazing Grundle.
Magician. Oh, that's not a mage. That's a magician. He's a magician.
It's a mage out of me. It's a mage out of me. Harrison. He's makes magic to me.
It's fun recording with you guys.
You want to plug your book?
Yes.
Yeah, I started. I've moved away from traditional publishing and whatnot because it never worked. I now publish my stuff on Royal Road under the name TZ Witherite. I'll send you guys a link so you can put it in the description if you want.
Yeah. Do that.
Be easier than sending to an Amazon sheet and making people, pay money for it. It's all free here. They can just read what I write and go for it and everything. That, you asked me, I should have been doing it this way from the beginning.
You guys want free shit?
You guys want to read? You guys want to read for free?
No! I only read when I have to pay for it.
But this is funny because I actually have the general analytics, and they tell me where people get referred to my book from, and for whatever reason, there's this story called "This Magical Girl Is Mine," which is written by someone else, and it's a Yuri thing, girl on girl romance and whatnot. And I don't know why.
Nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm all for it. Go for it. That's some good romance there. But I don't know what it has to do with my book because I've gotten 34 users referred to my book from there, and there's just no fucking crossover. Anyway,
Yes.
TZ Witherite on Royal Road. Read Crossroads Awakening, Crossroads Tension, a couple of little teeny tidbits of random stuff that I've been writing. One's got some short stories, one of which is called "Fuck the Ocean," and it's my play on Lovecraftian horror, and I think it turned out pretty good. I wrote it in a half hour in a setting. But yeah.
That's a show, everyone. If you want to listen or read through some of Trey's work, you can click the link below. We want to thank you for listening and supporting this podcast. This is a passion project for the three of us, and your support means so much. Join us next week as we cover another special guest episode.
And make sure you follow us on all of our social media or send us an email at circleoftheworldpodcast@gmail.com.
If you haven't already, please subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts on. Please rate and review this podcast as it helps spread our reach. Thank you again for listening.
The first law. It's forbidden to touch the other side, to speak with the devils. The creatures of the world below are made of lies. You mustn't do it!